Okay, I have a bit of a riddle for you today. It's a weird one, so just bear with me.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
What is the connection between a massive, like catastrophic oil spill in the ocean
Yeah.
and the dry, itchy skin on your legs in the middle of winter?
It sounds like the setup to a really bad joke
Right.
or maybe a conspiracy theory, but I think I know where you're going with this. The answer is actually rooted in some incredibly high-tech and frankly pretty surprising science.
Exactly. It turns out the solution to both of those problems might just be the same thing. Today, we're unpacking a really unexpected link between, heavy-duty environmental cleanup, industrial scale, yes, and luxury skincare. We are looking at a line called Ryman Bodilab Body Care.
And specifically, we're doing a deep dive into two products from that line, the Swamel Nourishing Body Wash and the Swamel Nourishing Body Cream.
Mm-hmm.
And the star of the show here is this one ingredient called Swamel.
Swamel? It sounds mysterious. And honestly, after reading through the research, it kind of is. But before we get into the chemistry of how you clean an ocean and a human with the same molecule, we need to talk about where this is all coming from. Because as we know, the world of K-beauty is a bit like the Wild West right now.
Oh, absolutely. That is the golden rule of skincare shopping today.
Mm.
The popularity of these products has just exploded. And, well, unfortunately, so has the market for gray market goods and straight-up fakes.
Right. And since we're talking about really active ingredients, getting the real thing actually matters. So for this deep dive, our source material, the actual products we looked at, come directly from kbeautyusa.com.
kbeauty-usa.com.
Exactly.
And this is a really critical point to make right at the top. This particular brand, Ryman, has a specific sales model. kbeautyusa.com is an independent Ryman planner site. But what really caught my eye in their documentation is how they handle authenticity.
You're talking about the Ryman Authenticity Seal.
Yes. And this isn't just a sticker, it's a guarantee of the formulation. Every single product that's sold on kbeautyusa.com has the original Ryman Authenticity Seal. So if you're looking to try these products, that seal is your proof that what you're putting on your skin is the real patented formula, not some knockoff that's been sitting in a hot warehouse for months.
Which would totally degrade the ingredients we're about to spend the next, 15 minutes talking about.
Precisely. You can't analyze the effectiveness of a fermented ingredient if the whole process has been compromised by bad storage.
That's a great point. And also, for the practical shoppers listening, I did notice they have free shipping on orders over $200. So if you end up being convinced by the science, that's a nice little perk to keep in mind.
It adds up.
It does. Okay, logistics aside, let's get into the science. Unpack Swamel for us, because when I first read that this is an ingredient used to clean up ocean pollution, my first thought was just industrial cleaner. And my second thought was, why on earth would I put that on my body?
It's a completely natural reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, usually when we hear industrial strength, we think of bleach or, harsh solvents. But this is where it gets so fascinating. Swamel isn't a harsh chemical. It's what's called a bioremediator.
A bioremediator. Okay, break that down. What does that actually mean?
So in environmental science, bioremediation is the process of using living organisms like microbes or bacteria to remove pollutants and toxins from, say, soil or water.
Okay.
When there's an oil spill, you need something that can break down the heavy crude oil without destroying the marine ecosystem around it.
Right.
You can't just, bomb the ocean with chemicals or you'll kill all the coral and fish you're trying to save.
Right. That's totally counterproductive. You clean the water, but you kill everything in it.
Exactly. So Swamel was developed as this incredibly effective, but also incredibly gentle agent. It acts as the bioemulsifier.
A bioemulsifier. Okay. So how is that different from, the bar of soap I have in my shower?
Well, think of traditional surfactants like sulfates in most body washes as a bulldozer.
Mm-hmm.
They just go in and strip everything. They take the dirt, sure, but they also take your natural oils, your lipid barrier, everything. They just leave the ground bare.
That's that squeaky clean feeling, right?
Correct. And squeaky is actually the sound of your skin crying for help. Now compare that to Swamel. It uses something called glycolipids. And think of these less like a bulldozer and more like a smart magnet.
A magnet.
Yes. A very smart one. These glycolipids, they selectively bind to the things you don't want, like foreign contaminants, fine dust, excess oil. But they're designed to completely ignore the healthy lipids that make up your skin's moisture barrier.
Wow.
So it cleans the ecosystem without causing it to collapse.
That is a huge difference. It's selective cleansing.
Highly selective. And the way they create these glycolipids is through fermentation. They take natural moisturizing ingredients and ferment them with oils, which breaks the molecules down into a much smaller size.
So they can get in deeper.
Exactly. Deeper penetration, more effective, and without any irritation.
I love that analogy. Your skin is an ecosystem.
It literally is. It's a microbiome. You have billions of helpful bacteria living on your skin that protect you. A bulldozer destroys that city. Swamel just, takes out the trash.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better about the whole ocean cleanup thing. So let's see how this plays out in the actual products. It's a two-step ritual. First up, the Swamel Nourishing Body Wash. It's listed at $30 on kbbeauty-usa.com.
Yeah, which places it firmly in the premium category. You aren't just picking this up at the drugstore.
Definitely not. And the instructions are interesting. It says to massage it until a dense foam forms. Is that just for the experience? Because sometimes I feel like foam is just theater.
It can be. It really can.
Yeah.
But in this case, the density of the foam is actually functional. It reduces friction. When you're washing, especially if your skin is already dry or irritated, just the act of scrubbing can be damaging. A dense foam creates a buffer, a cushion, between your hand and your skin.
Oh.
It lets those glycolipids do their work without any mechanical abrasion.
So it's a cushion. That makes sense. Now, looking at the ingredient list for the body wash, there's a really interesting balance going on. You have the Swamel for that gentle clean, but then I saw salicylic acid.
Yep.
And I have to pause there because I usually associate salicylic acid with like teenage acne face washes. It can be super drying, right? So why put that in a moisturizing body wash?
This is actually a brilliant formulation choice. Salicylic acid is the gold standard for unclogging pores. It's oil-soluble, so it can dive deep into the pore lining and dissolve the gunk that holds dead skin cells together.
Okay, but again, won't that dry you out?
If it's a leave-on product, it might. But
Yeah.
here, they're using a concept called short contact therapy.
Short contact therapy, I haven't heard of that.
It's a clever dermatological trick. Active ingredients like salicylic acid can work very, very quickly. By putting it in a wash, you get all the benefits, the exfoliation, clearing up body acne or that bumpy chicken skin. But because you rinse it off, it doesn't just sit there and cause irritation.
Ah, so you get the clean pores without the dryness.
Exactly. And while that acid is doing its quick work, the formula is also depositing a proprietary hydration complex. It's a combination of hyaluronic acid and collagen.
The power couple of hydration.
They really are. Hyaluronic acid draws moisture in, and collagen provides that structure. So the claim here is that you step out of the shower with healthier, more hydrated skin than when you stepped in. You're not just clean, you're prepped.
The source material calls it washing your worries away. I like that. And it removes fine dust, too. We don't really think about how much city pollution just sticks to our arms and legs all day.
Oh, it's a major stressor for the skin. Pollution particles are tiny. They can get into your pores and cause oxidative stress. That leads to premature aging of your body, skin sagging, wrinkles. Removing that gently is key.
Okay, so we've washed down gently with our foam cushion. We've rinsed. Now for step 2, the Swamel Nourishing Body Cream. This one's $26 on kbbeauty-usa.com. And I have to say, the texture description really got me. They call it a whipped cream texture.
It implies lightness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is so rare for a heavy-duty moisturizer. Usually if something says it's for repair, it feels like spackle.
Exactly, like putting on grease. But the quote that stuck with me was, rubbing it on is like putting the icing on the cake.
That's a vivid image.
It is. It really speaks to that idea of sealing everything in. Spreads easily, absorbs fast, not greasy. But let's look under the hood. What makes this icing actually work?
This is where the science gets really dense, in a good way. We see the return of Swamel, of course, for barrier repair, but then they introduce a complex called hyalurocollagen 3.
Hyalurocollagen 3. It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie. Engage the hyalurocollagen.
It does. But the 3 likely refers to its multidimensional approach. They've basically engineered this mix of hyaluronic acid and collagen to attract moisture all day long. It's about sustained release. You don't want a cream that feels wet for 10 minutes and then disappears.
And there's a big emphasis on fermentation in this cream, right? I see lactobacillus ferment.
Yes, and this connects right back to that ecosystem idea. Lactobacillus is a probiotic. We usually think of it for, yogurt or gut health.
Right. Eat your probiotics.
We'll wear them too.
Mm-hmm.
By putting this ferment in the cream, you are literally feeding the good bacteria on your skin. You're strengthening the microbiome. And a balanced microbiome is just better at holding moisture and fighting off irritation.
It's like yogurt for your skin, but please, Do not eat the body cream.
Please do not eat the body cream. But there is another ingredient here that deserves a spotlight, just because the name is so great. Giant bean pool.
Giant bean pool. I saw that. It sounds like a superhero. Here comes giant bean pool to save your skin.
It kind of acts like one.
Mm.
But let's clarify what this is, because listeners might know it by another name. Byung pool is the Korean name for Centella asiatica.
Oh, Sika, like tiger grass.
Exactly. Sika is everywhere right now. The legend is that tigers would roll in it to heal their wounds. It's famous for soothing inflammation.
So why is this one giant?
It's a specific variant Ryman uses that's cultivated to be larger and more potent, so it has a much higher concentration of amino acids.
And why do we care about amino acids in a body cream?
We call them NMFs, natural moisturizing factors. Amino acids are the literal building blocks of proteins in your skin. By applying these, you're giving your skin the raw materials it needs to repair itself, to rebuild its own walls.
That makes perfect sense. And we can't forget the okra and maloika extract.
Right. Okra. If you've ever cooked with it, you know it's slimy.
Very slimy.
Well, that slime is actually mucilage, and it holds water like you wouldn't believe. But the extract is also rich in polyphenols.
Which are antioxidants.
Powerful antioxidants.
Yeah.
They help reduce inflammation and protect against damage from things like UV rays or pollution. So you have a whole system here. The wash cleans the pores, the swamel repairs the barrier, the bacteria balance the microbiome, and the okra fights off free radicals.
It's not just lotion, it's an actual treatment.
It is, and they have the data to back that up. This isn't just marketing fluff. KBUDYUSA.com cites a specific study from the P&K Skin Clinical Research Center.
Yes, I circled this stat. 78.15%.
That's the one? A 78.15% improvement in dryness-induced itchiness.
That is so specific. But let me play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Is 78% good? I mean, isn't that what moisturizer is supposed to do?
Oh, it's a huge number. In clinical trials for over-the-counter products, seeing a 30 or 40% improvement is often a huge success. Itchiness is really hard to treat. To get near 80% suggests this isn't just moisturizing, it's actively suppressing the inflammation that causes the itch.
That's significant. And this was a 4-week test on 32 women.
Correct. And anyone who suffers from winter skin knows that dryness-induced itchiness is just the worst. It's that awful feeling where your skin feels too tight for your own body. Reducing that by nearly 80%, that changes your quality of life.
It really does. Being itchy all the time is miserable. Okay, so we've got the wash, we've got the cream, we understand the tiger grass and the ocean cleaner. How do we maximize this? What's the best way to use them?
The when is just as important as the what. The guidance is simple. Apply the cream liberally from the neck down.
Yeah.
But the critical tip, and this is something dermatologists are always saying, is timing.
Fresh out of the shower.
Fresh out of the shower. Ideally, while your skin is still a little bit damp and the bathroom is still steamy.
Because your pores are open.
Exactly. Your pores are open from the warmth, and more importantly, the water is already on your skin. The cream then acts as a seal. If you wait until you're completely dry, all that water has evaporated. You missed your window. You want to trap that surface water under the cream. That's how you get that icing on the cake hydration lock.
That makes total sense. Now, I want to zoom out for a second. We've talked science, we've talked routine, but there's an ethical side to this brand that I know is important to a lot of people listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The clean beauty movement is huge, but the term can be kind of vague. Ryman Bodolab is very specific with their certifications.
Yeah, listed right on the kbbeautyusa.com site, we see. Eve vegan, cruelty-free, and all natural.
And FSC packaging.
Right, the Forest Stewardship Council. So the box it comes in is from responsibly managed forests.
It's consistent, isn't it?
Hmm.
If your hero ingredient, swamel, is all about cleaning the environment without harming it, then your packaging and your testing policies have to align with that. It would feel really hypocritical otherwise.
That's a great point. It feels like a very cohesive philosophy, from the ocean cleaning tech all the way to the cardboard box.
It's holistic, and I think that's why we're seeing such a surge in interest in this kind of body care. It's not just treating the body as an afterthought. You know, for years, people would have a 10-step routine for their face serums, essences, masks.
And then just use a bar of cheap soap on their body. Guilty. My face gets the gold, my legs get the leftovers.
We all do it. But products like this are saying, hey, the skin on your legs and arms is just as complex, just as in need of barrier repair, and just as susceptible to aging as the skin on your face.
And it deserves the same level of technology.
Oh, exactly.
So, to recap, we have a body care line that borrows tech from environmental disaster relief to fix our skin, a wash that uses short contact therapy to exfoliate while it hydrates, and a cream that feeds our skin's microbiome and uses giant amino acids from tiger grass to lock it all in.
A very sophisticated lineup. It really is clinical skincare, just for the body.
So if this deep dive has inspired you to upgrade your shower game, or if you just really want to feel that icing on the cake texture, you have to make sure you're getting the real deal.
KBUEYUSA.com.
That is the place. And I really can't stress this enough, look for that Ryman authenticity seal. In the world of online shopping, that peace of mind knowing the product hasn't been tampered with or stored improperly, that is worth so much.
It's the only way to be sure you're getting the real science we just talked about. If it doesn't have that seal, all bets are off.
And hey, if you're getting the set, that free shipping on orders over $200 is a great little incentive to just get the full regimen.
Or split an order with a friend.
There you go. Before we sign off, I just want to leave everyone with a final thought. We started with the ocean, and we ended with our own skin.
It raises a really provocative question for me. We often think of technology and nature as being on opposite sides. We think we have to, conquer nature to get things done. But Suamel shows us that the most advanced technology might be the one that mimics nature the most closely. If we can develop an ingredient that's gentle enough to clean a whole ecosystem without doing any harm, what does that change about how we should be treating the chemistry of our own bodies?
Maybe the strongest approach isn't the harshest one, but the one that understands the balance best.
It's about working with the biology, not against it.
Something to think about next time you're in the shower. Thanks for diving deep with us.
Ideally with open pores.
Ideally with open pores. We'll see you next time.